is Nyasha, and if you are a visiting viewer, if you are a guest viewer, then I hope by the end of the video you consider subscribing. And to all my homies, my cousins, my gang, what's good? Okay, so today, after the series on relationships, I just felt the Holy Spirit convict me about how we had spoken so much about the romantic side of things and the spiritual side of things, but we just left out one of the most important things which we totally needed to address, something we definitely need to address. So today, we are going to start a new series on finances. I was about to say relationships. We're going to start a new series on personal finances. So yes, if you have no understanding whatsoever about personal finances or how to manage your finances, that is okay. Welcome home, okay? Welcome home. First things first, my assumption is if you are watching this video, you have a certain stream of income, you have a source of income. No matter how much or how little it brings in, this may be your allowance from your own parents, this may be money from a part-time job, this may be money from your full-time job, your day job, your 9 to 5, this may be investment, this may be payouts from your investments that you've made, or whatever. In which case, we need to talk about sources of income in a different video. But anyway, today my assumption is you have a source of income. The first thing, when you receive your amount of money, the certain amount of money that you get at whatever interval, the first thing you need to do is pay yourself. What is paying yourself? Paying yourself is giving yourself money first before you give it to the dressmaker, before you give it to the farmer, before you give it to the florist, before you give it to the electrician and the optometrist and all that stuff, all those different people. So paying yourself first means when you get your paycheck or whatever that is, your money, when you get your money, you take a look at your money, you say, you know what, I'm going to pay myself first. You take out maybe 10% from that money that you have, you take out 10% and you pay yourself. So when you pay yourself, you put this money aside so that as it accumulates, you have money to invest. You will find it very difficult to just say this month I will be investing all my money at one go because you have other financial obligations that require your financial attention. So to just wake up and say I'm going to invest all my money is very much of a bad plan because you might be left stranded. However, if you take the step-by-step step where you do things slowly, steadily, but surely, then things are most likely going to work out for you. So you get your money, you pay yourself first, and then you let the money accumulate and you reinvest it in something else. That way, your money works for you. Okay, so now that you've paid yourself first, the next thing to consider is, as a young Christian woman, I am a Christian and I profess the Catholic faith. As a result, I believe that we need to give back to God because God, out of his abundance, he gives so many blessings to us. And this can be done in the form of tithing. And so the church has no strict obligation to say you need to give 10% or nothing at all. If you have very little, so much that you can't afford to spend 10%, or if you have so much that out of your abundance you can give more than 10%, then yes, but you should try and at least tithe 10% of what you have, what you get from work or from whatever gig you have. So in this case, you then take out your tithe, and then you have 80% of your income remaining. With this 80%, you should be able to do all the things you want to do, or at least most of the things, because obviously you have unlimited wants and desires and very limited resources financially. The next thing you look at is what needs your attention. And this is where we begin to talk about something called budgets. So there's a very wide misconception when it comes to budgeting. Certain people think budgeting can only be done when you are very broke. That's when you need to budget. Other people think, oh, I get too little, I can't even afford to budget and save. Other people think, why do I even need to budget? It's my money, I can do whatever I want to do with it. And that's all correct. To some degree, all these people are right. You might find it difficult to budget when you get very little. You also might find it difficult to budget if you have a lot of money coming in and you think, hey, it's my money, I'm getting this and I can spend it however I want. However, you also need to remember you're not always going to be in a season of abundance. And that's just the truth of the matter. You will not always be in a season of abundance. And so you need to save for the rainy day. You need to save for the rainy day, and when that rainy day comes, you need to have something to fall back on. The first thing is to note down every single thing that requires your immediate financial attention. This may be your rentals, your groceries, and transportation costs. Make sure before you spend on your girlfriend's handbag or your girlfriend's Brazilian weave, which is very expensive if it's authentic, which you can buy from me also. Before you spend on that, make sure you have allocated enough to groceries and your rentals and your transportation costs for day-to-day life. Depending on how frequently you get money, you want to make sure you have put aside enough money to pull you through and last you to the next time you're going to get money again. So typically, if you earn monthly, you want to create something called a monthly budget. If you earn weekly, then okay, you can create a weekly budget. However, I would still recommend to create a monthly budget even if you earn weekly. It just makes things easier. You get money and you focus on the things that require immediate attention, and then after that you can focus on other things. So what is a budget? A budget is simply a statement, or it's a statement created before you spend money. So it's a forecast. Like, I anticipate to spend this amount of money on this certain expense, and when that happens, you have a clear idea of how you're going to spend your money. It might not be the exact thing. It's not to say when we say budget your money, you're not allowed to go out or buy clothing or buy shoes or do whatever you like. It's just simply giving you room to tell your money where to go before you spend your money. So when you have a budget, you control where your finances go. You control the way you spend your money. So now you've budgeted your money. You've spent your money on these various things. You spend different amounts, with the exception of rentals, which are normally fixed costs. You have certain costs that fluctuate every month or every week. And then this brings in the concept of reconciling your budget, your projected, versus your actual. And then you create and analyze that to see where the balance is and what the balance looks like, if it's a saving or you have overspent. This allows you then to create a better budget next time you create a new budget. So after you've spent your money, you need to typically go back and see, okay, so I said I was going to go out with my friends and I put aside 200 RMB for spending with my girls. And then at the dinner, I just felt like giving and I spent 250 instead of 200. What you then do is not beat yourself up about it. What you just simply do is next time you create a budget, you know to set 250 instead of 200. That way, it's always better to assume you're going to spend more than to assume you're going to spend less. The next time you get any amount of money, take a piece of paper. There are so many spreadsheets that you can find and download, so many downloadable printables and all those things. But to begin with, all you need to do is take a piece of paper and write at the top budget for whichever month. Let's say, for instance, budget for the month of October 2021. And what you then do is write down all the expenses you have. If you have rentals, if you have bills, if you have a dinner party you're going to go to, write down all those things and then look at your income. Subtract your personal payment, subtract your tithe, subtract the amount of money you're going to send to your mom or to your dad if you have a cost like that, which I think is not meant to be like, I need to send them money, but just out of the goodness of your heart, you decide you want to pay back. Not because it's black tax. No. But because you want to send them money. Whether you do or you don't, they'll be fine. But you just, come on, you're a child. You came from somebody. Just say thank you. So After that, you look at how much you're left with, and then you look at the things you want to buy. So don't go off and spend all your money, all your remaining money on a handbag when you have groceries waiting for you. Because the truth of the matter is, when you're hungry, you can't think straight. With or without the handbag, when you're hungry, you cannot think straight. So the first thing you need to look at after these are the fixed costs is your groceries. Are you able to continue surviving well in the event that you get money a month from now? But the secret is to spend what you can. Play within your pay grade. Play within your pay grade. Don't want to go and do jazz concerts and wine tasting when you can't afford to do it just for the gram, you know. So yes, you cannot invest money unless you master the art of budgeting your money and making sure you analyze your spending habits. So today's homework: make a budget. If you've never made a budget before, then make a budget. Make your first budget. Make a draft of your first budget. When months are tight for me, I find myself budgeting 3-4 times because I have to keep making additions and just reviewing things, subtracting certain things, and that is fine. You're not confused. You can battle all you want with your money when it's on paper, but when it's spent, you cannot. So battle with your money all you want on paper. It's totally fine. The second thing, look at the last time you budgeted. If you've budgeted before, look at the last time you budgeted and then take a look at how you spent your money. So this comes down to keeping receipts. If you can't keep receipts when you buy stuff, or keep electronic receipts, but keep receipts or proof of payment so that you can reconcile with your budget. And the last thing is look at your spending habits. You need to take a look at your spending habits, because the truth is most people, we tend to not get rich because we don't spend our money well, not because we don't get a lot. You don't even need to get so much money to make something out of your finances. All you need to do is to master the right financial habits, and this is a talk I need to give myself as well. So yeah, I hope this is a great start. If it helped you, please give the video a thumbs up. If it don't help you, then I'm sure it might help someone else you know. So please consider sharing the video. I will see you in my next video, and you should totally try fruit tea. It tastes so good. And if you have PMS, it does wonders also. So yeah, check out Para period on Instagram. They have really great products. I will put up the link in the description. Bye guys.